Ang kailangan po siguro natin tanungin ay ang Senate, what happened, saan dinala? Simple as it is, hindi po masasagot po ng ating kalihim, no matter how we grill him, hindi rin po masasagot na kasama po natin na Vice Chair ng Appropriation. It happened during sa BICAM, and after BICAM, that's where it got lost. Na nawawala po ang pondo pagdating sa BICAM, pag-akit po sa Senado, nawawala.
So, hindi sa House nangyari yung pagtapyas. Nangyari doon sa Senate version. Ang problema, nagkaroon ng bicameral conference, pumayag yung House panel natin doon sa tapyas na yun.
Dapat sana kung sino man yung responsible sa gumawa nito, inisip niyang mabuti ito eh. These are 4 million Filipinos who are supposed to be underprivileged na kung kinakailangan suportahan talaga. Ngayon, maring sinasadya niya, maring hindi. Mr. Chair, paano ba natin malalaman kung sino yung responsible dito?
Based on press report that it was the good Senator Amy Marcos that proposed to slash the budget for 8 billion.
There should be a reason. Malaking ano ito eh. Malaking problema ito, Mr. Chair. Hindi naman basta naisip niya lang, napanaginipan niya, biglang tatanggalin ito. Simply because there was underutilization here and there. Siguro kung pinag-uusapan natin dito are projects, DPW, wala namang buhay na pinag-uusapan doon eh.
Answer the query of the
Mr. Chairman, kasi wanted to be knowledgeable on this issue because it might happen again in the next budget hearing, and it worries us because marami tayong 4P's beneficiaries doon po sa Santa Rosa at sa buong lalawigan ng Laguna, and we are trying to secure. Kailangan po natin ma-secure yung ating pong mamahirap ng mga kababayan, and by doing so, we have to find out the root of all of this problem. Kaya, Mr. Chairman, I demand an answer from this committee. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair.
Bakit this committee? Anyway, Senior Vice Chair, Stella Kimboy is recognized. Please proceed.
Yes, Mr. Chair. I will share with you information from the committee report of the Senate, which shows that the amendment came from them. So the reduction of 6.5 billion was proposed by the Senate.
What?
That's for Chairman Dan Fernandez. Please behave well. Please wait to be recognized before you speak. Senior Vice Chair, that is for the 2024 budget. That's 6.5.
Yes.
No, dalawa kasi yan yung 2023. What happens in 2023? Which is 9 billion. Well, in fact, 13 billion ngayon eh. Diba? 13 billion. Diba? Pero, of course, ang deficit yan.
What I have with me are the 2024 documents.
How about the 2023, the 13 billion?
Nakalaman. Kukunin ko.
Please proceed. Sige po.
Yes,
2024 muna tayo.
I
Please
can
proceed.
retrieve the 2023, but what I just cited was the 2024.
So that's on record that it was the Senate. It was the Senate.
So the 6.4,
So,
Mr. Chair? Ay, sorry, Mr. Chair. Sorry po.
Dandahan. Ako muna. Anyway, Senior Vice Chair, so yung 6.5 billion was realigned. Paano yung nangyaring realignment? Saan pumunta? O nga, pero kasi
Of course, there are many agencies, right? So, kailangan mag-isa-isahin.
pero what agency benefits
I mean,
the big chunk of that 6.5?
well, Mr. Chair, we'll have to look at 6 other pages kasi 7 pages yung Senate report.
Anyway, please check na lang pati yung 2023 din, yung records, no? Then balikan na natin mamaya. Yes, Chairman Dan.
So yung 6.5 billion that good gentlewoman from Marikina was saying, a 6.5 billion was cut out from the DSWD fund. And saan nagpunta yung 6.5 billion? And who proposes that cut out of that budget cutting from the DSWD department?
Well, hindi naka-indicate which particular member. Ang naka-indicate lang sa report would be the department.
But was it proposed by the lower house or was it?
This is the Senate. This is the Senate report. So sa Senate,
Mr. Chairman, can we possibly get a copy of that because we are not privy on that issue?
So the amendment was done at the Senate.
Yun lang po malinaw. The amendment was proposed by the Senate. Pero question, pero of course, may minutes sila dyan, di ba? Kaya lang, we're not
Yes.
aware of, and we don't have the document. If you ask about the document from the Senate,
Yeah, we will be asking the good gentle lady to if ever that she's a senior member of the Committee on Appropriation. Probably she can give us a copy of that. And with that, Mr. Chairman, probably we can see the light. And with that, I submit, Mr. Chairman.
thank you, Chairman Tan.
Mr. Chair,
Before,
Mr. Chair,
sandali po. Is it related to the
Yes.
query?
yes.
After
May I interject?
Congressman Erwin Tolfo, I will recognize Congressman Jesse Abalos, then Chairman Akop. Please proceed.
Mr. Chair, maybe we're asking the wrong people on this matter. Kailangan po siguro natin tanungin ay ang Senate, what happened, saan dinala. Simple as it is, hindi po masasagot po ng ating kalihim, no matter how we grill him, hindi rin po masasagot ng kasama po natin na Vice Chair ng Appropriation. It happened during sa BICAM, and after BICAM, that's where it got lost. Sir, it has been happening, believe me. As a DSWD Secretary, even just for 6 months, I've learned a lot of things. Na nawawala po ang pondo pagdating sa BICAM, pag-akyat po sa Senado, nawawala. And lo and behold, napupunta na lang kung saan-saan. Not in the AGA, napupunta po kung saan-saan. Believe me. So we're asking the wrong people here. You might want to ask our counterpart. Ilan po tayo ng dispensa. Because no matter how we investigate it, wala hong patutungan dahil sila po ang nakakaalam. Simple as it is. We will be wasting our time, hours, and the time of these people here because ginalaw po yun doon sa taas, hindi po dito sa baba. Wala po tayong kasalanan, believe me. It's always up there. For several years now, doon po nangyayari yung galawan. So we might probably call for a meeting, a BICAM ulit, what happened, saan napunta. Kasi kwento tayo ng kwento, tanong tayo ng tanong, hindi ko nasasagot ni Secretary dahil kawawa naman yung tao, hindi rin masagot ni Vice Chair. Kasi nga po wala silang alam because nandoon po sa Senate. Yun ang siguro, Mr. Chair. That's it.
Thank you, Rep. Erwin Tulfo, for that manifestation. Your manifestation is duly noted. Well, anyway, this is just a briefing, and we cannot extract information from anybody from the resource speaker.
I know that,
But
Mr. Chair, but
unless-
what I'm saying, sir, is that we will be wasting our time asking and doing this inquiry if we cannot ask the Senate. Otherwise, we'll not be able to find a solution, Mr. Chair. We'll just keep on going around and around and around. Then we will be wasting the time of everybody, Mr. Chair.
Anyway, the manifestation of Congressman Tulfo is duly noted. As I've said, after Congressman Tulfo, I will recognize Congresswoman Jesse Abalos. Then, Congressman Castro. Please proceed. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair. To answer the query of our esteemed colleague, Honorable Fernandez, and to further add to the points raised by Congressman Tulfo, I would like to add to the minutes or the records of this committee a press statement from the Senate. Maybe this would address yung tanong po natin regarding the 2023 budget cut as presented by our DSWD na meron na tayong 9.05 billion deficit noong 2023. Ngayon, kung titingnan po natin ang nakasulat dito sa isang press statement sa Senado, nakalagay po dyan, recommend ang pagtapyas ng 8 billion dahil nga daw mababa yung utilization rate and ini-align ito sa mga ibang programa which are Kalay Seeds, AIX, tsaka sa mga quick response natin sa mga calamity. So sa madaling salita po, yun po ang nakalagay sa press statement ni Senator Marcos po kasi siya po yung naging sponsor ng budget ng DSWD.
Mr. Chairman, siya ba ang chairperson ng pag-defend ng budget ng DSWD sa budget?
Noong taon na yun, if I remember correctly, siya po, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, then
Sandali.
may I interject? Maybe ask the Secretary then, Mr. Chair.
Sandali.
That's what they're saying,
Kung
sir.
sandali po. Please wait to be recognized. Please speaking. You're talking about the 9 billion.
Yes, I'm talking about 2023, the 9 billion deficit and the 8 billion budget cut for that year. So, tingin ko po, Mr. Chair, kung hindi sana natapyasan ng 8 billion ang budget ng taong yon, yung deficit ng DSWD, sana 1 billion na lang. Ngayong dahil natapyasan, umabot po ng 9B. So, yun lang naman po, Mr. Chair. Yun yung nakalagay po sa press statement.
Thank you, Congressman Abalos. Rep. Tulfo.
Mr.
Please.
Chair, then sinabi nila na nilipat sa Kalahi, that will solve the problem. That will solve the question. Eh kung wala naman natanggap yung pobre, kawawa naman yung DSWD, di po ba? Kasi ginagawa lang tambakan, ginagawang taguan or something, hindi naman niya natanggap. So we'll ask the Secretary, natanggap po ba ng DSWD? Nalagay po ba sa kalahi? Nalagay po ba sa SLP? Para magkaliwanawan ho tayo dito, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Rep. Tolpo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Secretary, yung budget naman po ninyo from NEP to GAA, tumaas po, di ba? From 207 billion to 245.
You are correct, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
But the problem is, yung ating important project, yung
4P's.
4P's natapyasan.
Correct.
Now, we're here to look for the reason why natapyasan. Di po ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Hindi po ba doon sa GAP2, which is a product of the House deliberation on the budget, hindi naman po natapyasan? Would that be correct?
Secretary, please answer the question.
No, Mr. Chair, we don't have a copy of that in the department. All we have a copy of will be the NEP, our NEP submission, and then we have the final GAA copy. In between, unfortunately, we don't have a copy of those things in the middle.
Mr. Chair, the Vice Chairman of the Committee on Appropriations is here. Maybe he can answer that question. Na yung ating House deliberation on the 4P's fund, hindi natin binago as provided for in the NEP.
Yes, I confirm that.
Before Senior Vice Chair answer to make clarification on the query of Chairman Akop, let me acknowledge the presence of Congressman Idol, Senador Rodante Marcoleta, representing once again party list. Please proceed, Senior Vice Chair.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I confirm that. Doon po sa third reading copy of the HGAB 2024, I can send you a screenshot. Line 55 po.
Thank you, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. Hindi po ba yung Senado rin, meron din silang proseso na kagaya natin? They come up with their own deliberation insofar as the NEP is concerned. Tama po. Yes. So, yung ating GAP2, yung kanila hindi natin nakikita. As the good secretary has stated. But makikita natin may tapyasan after the bicameral conference. Nandun natin nakikita yung malalaking mga pagbabago. Di po ba, Mr. Chair, Madam Vice Chairman?
Please.
Well, Mr. Chair, as I had mentioned earlier, in this particular case, doon pa lang po sa Senate Committee report, nakita na po natin ang reduction po para sa program na to, yung 6.5 billion.
Thank you for the answer, Madam Vice Chair. So, hindi sa House nangyari yung pagtapyas. Nangyari doon sa Senate version. Ang problema, nagkaroon ng bicameral conference, pumayag yung House panel natin doon sa tapyas na yun. That should be the question. Kasi merong sa bicameral conference, may House contingent, may Senate contingent. Yun ang protocol eh. Even if not, I have not been there. Pero yun ang protocol. So, tayo, yung ang tinatanong ko kanina, complicit na rin kami sa pagtapyas eh. Dahil pumayag yung representative namin eh.
Please proceed.
Mr. Secretary, tumaba po kayo.
Blow carb.
Figures of the job don't get to run anymore, Mr. Chair.
Before you proceed, with the indulgence of Congressman Marcoleta, let me remind the members of this committee present here that we have to be in the plenary before the votation for the RBH. Yun daw dapat physically present tayo. Hindi ko alam. Tumembre lang yung COMSEC, so magpapa-tembre lang sila. Kung kailangan natin muna temporarily mag-adjourn, then siguro mag-resume tayo even during the break, if the leadership will allow us. So please proceed.
Salamat, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I'll start from the issue of the slashing of the budget. Magkano po yung nawala talaga, Mr. Chair, sa budget niyo?
Mr. Chair, in the table number, which year, Mr. Chair? 2023-2024.
Yes.
2023, 13 billion. 2024, 6.5 billion.
And would you have an idea as to why this is slashing of your budget?
Mr. Chair, ang assumption ko, if you look at that earlier trend kasi, the department really had underutilized amounts nung 2020, 2021, 2022. And kung titignan nyo yung corresponding slash, parang magkatugma halos yung hindi namin ginamit at yung tinatanggal. I can only assume.
Maybe your assumption, Mr. Secretary, is correct because it jibe with the numbers.
Comes close.
But even if that is correct, and considering that your budget tries to address particularly the PPP beneficiary, the 4P's beneficiaries, did you bother to inquire as to why these slash were made in the first place?
We wrote a reiteration na wag i-slash and justified why it should not be so for both houses.
And what answer did you get?
We did not get any. Unfortunately, we did not get any, but we weren't expecting rin kasi it was more of asking.
And also, did you ask who was responsible in this slashing your budget?
Mr. Chair, we wrote that letter prior to the release of the GAA kasi we were lobbying in both houses na wag mabawasan.
Because the last time we checked, I think the House of Representatives has nothing to do with this. And after the BICAM, some miracles were performed.
Mr. Chair, that is what it seems from this earlier part of this briefing.
I'm not a usual participant in a BICAM. I believe I participated in one BICAM only. And I got frustrated. It's boring. Pag nandun ka, hindi mo alam kung ano nangyayari, Mr. Secretary. Andiyan ang contingent ng Senate, andiyan ang contingent ng House, but there are only two people talking together, isolated from the rest of us. So, ang gusto ko lang itanong sa inyo, kung sino man yung responsible ng pagkakatanggal ng budget ninyo, alam naman nila na merong target people, beneficiaries, more particularly yung 4P's. Did they underestimate your judgment or your capacity to put some numbers to address the needs of the 4P's beneficiaries?
Mr. Chair, I think I can only assume again that at the time of the hearing, even in both hearings, mababa talaga yung utilization namin. Nasa 30%, 17%, because we were cleaning the list. But we kept on repeating, and the minutes will bear me out in all the budget hearings, that I kept on assuring our policymakers na ma-reach namin yung full disbursement because talagang we had a dedicated team doing the listing, the clearing. So we were very confident.
I believe you, Mr. Secretary.
would
As a
be
matter of
that
fact, when you were appointed the Secretary of DSWD, I thought that was the best decision the President ever made.
Thank you.
Ngayon, ang tanong, ikaw na yung nandun eh. Okay, palagay mong wala na tayong sisisihin kung ano man yung mga nakaraan, di ba? Merong, siguro, hindi naman sinasadya yun, talagang gano'n. Nagka-problema yung iba. So, nagkaroon ng underutilization. But will you utilize that particular issue only para tanggalin mo yung budget, especially now na merong itinalagang secretary who is serious enough to do his job and to address the problems as he see fit?
Mr. Chair, I have to give credit where credit is due, and not because Congressman Tulfo is here. He started the cleaning of the list.
Yes, I know that also.
During his time, there was an honest-to-goodness effort to
Yes.
clean the list. And they should have, we were hoping that the policymakers saw that effort. Sineryoso talaga yung paglilinis ng listahan.
And considering that there was already a serious effort going to this direction, like for example, Secretary, now Congressman Tulfo did his best also until you succeeded him. Bakit naman dahil lang sa perceived low utilization ng budget ay inislash yung ganito kalaking pera? Kaya ako tinatanong, are they questioning the integrity of the numbers? Kasi buhay itong mga ito eh. Palagay na natin talaga merong underutilization. But are they supposed to correct a mistake by another mistake, Mr. Secretary?
Well, sana hindi ho. Because like we said, we gave the assurance, and during budget season, babalik ko ulit ako dito eh. At matatanong ako ulit na, bakit yung pinangako mo hindi pa rin nangyari? Kaya pinanindigan talaga namin na ituloy yung paglilinis at seryosohin yung paglilinis. We were probably hoping that they gave us the chance to show full utilization. Total, at the end of the day, babalik at babalik kami sa Kongreso to ask for money. At makikita nyo ulit kung noong 2023, hindi namin na-utilize. Then, walang credibility yung hiningi namin ng leeway.
400 or 800,000 households, equivalent to something million 4P's beneficiaries. Yung 4P's PPP, Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program, talagang tawid lang eh. So, with this, talagang itatawid mo lang eh. You are not even sure how far you were able to tawid him. Baka nandun pa rin siya ng EDS, di pa siya nakakalayo eh. Pagkatapos, biglang tinanggal itong 8 or 9 billion pesos. What is the quality of the tawid system now? Are you not bothered that some of those people na naitawid mo na, baka sakasakaling isa-isa nang bumabalik doon sa pinanggalingan nila?
Mr. Chairman, I'm very bothered by that. We are very, very bothered by that. And that's why we, for the record, and I guess it's subject to another hearing, and that's why we will welcome the Near Poor program, the ACA program. Kasi that's really meant as a crutch for the near poor. I'd like to think na pag non-poor ka dito, hindi ka naman sobrang yaman, nandun ka lang, barely making it in that poverty threshold. And one shock, baka bumalik ka ulit sa ilalim. So, that's a separate topic altogether, but bothered, definitely very bothered.
Yun nga, Mr. Chair, Mr. Secretary, ganun kabuway yung foundation ng program na to eh. Konting galaw mo lang to, baka bumagsak siya uli. So, dapat sana, kung sino man yung responsible sa gumawa nito, inisip niyang mabuti ito eh. These are 4 million Filipinos who are supposed to be underprivileged na kung kinakailangan, suportahan talaga. Ngayon, maring sinasadya niya, maring hindi. Mr. Chair, paano ba natin malalaman kung sino yung responsible dito?
Anyway, that query was directed a while ago to Sec Rex Gatchalian, but of course he cannot answer it because he's not part of the BICAM. But of course, Congressman Abalos manifested based on press report that it was the good Senator Amy Marcos that proposed to slash the budget for 8 billion, and it is on record now in this committee through the manifestation made by Congressman Abalos.
No, but in fairness to Senator Amy Marcos, Mr. Chair, we cannot make any judgment based on press reports. No? Siguro ang pwede natin gawin, let's make an official inquiry. Paano nangyari yan? Because the good secretary might know that my party list is SAGIP. SAGIP is Social Amelioration and Genuine Intervention on Poverty, because the sector of this representation is the urban poor. Malaki ang stake ko naman dito sapagkat sector ito eh na aking ginagalawan dito. For the longest time I've been representing this. Bakit naman naggaganon? There should be a reason. Malaking ito eh. Malaking problema to, Mr. Chair. Hindi naman basta naisip niya lang, napanaginipan niya, biglang tatanggalin dito. Simply because there was underutilization here and there. Siguro kung pinag-uusapan natin dito are projects, DPW, wala namang buhay na pinag-uusapan doon eh. Unless hospital ang pinag-uusapan sa ibang. Pero ito kasi, pangsalag eh, sa mga taong, itatawid mo lang yan. Dapat palakasin mo talaga yung kumbaga sa dapat may mga riprap ka dito para hindi sila bumagsak. Tapos inalisan mo kaagad ng ganito karami. This is a very serious issue, Mr. Chair. Sana we should have a formal inquiry. Sino yung responsible from here? Nasaan na pagkatapos ng mag-BICAM na wala bigla? Let us do everything possible. Not only probably to identify who is or are responsible, but maybe better yung maibalik sana natin ito. I hope it is not too late, Mr. Secretary.